So you're thinking about moving to San Diego in 2026? Smart move. You've picked a pretty wild time to start considering it. This city is changing fast. I've been living here for about a decade now, raising my kids, exploring the neighborhoods, and yes, eating way too many tacos in the name of research.
Spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now.
Really? Do you know what's in here?
I don't care. Don't tell me.
So in this video, we're going to cover what life really looks like here, the job market, housing, and all that good stuff in between. And hey, stick with me because the last thing you want to do is show up unprepared and end up paying way more than you should. So let's dive in. First things first, let's zoom out and talk about San Diego as a whole. We're talking about a city of over 1.4 million people, and if you count the whole county, more than 3.3 million. That makes us the second biggest city in California. But here's the twist. While a lot of the state is actually losing people, San Diego is still growing, about 1% per year. Around here, that's kind of a big deal. What makes San Diego stand out isn't just the numbers, it's the lifestyle. We've got 70 miles of coastline, world-class research centers, and a huge military community, and we're quickly becoming a serious tech hub. A lot of families from places like New York, Chicago, and even Northern California are trading in snow shovels for sunshine, flip-flops, and year-round outdoor living. And honestly, can you blame them? Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't the sleepy surf town people picture from the 80s. San Diego is growing up. We're turning into a major economic hub, but we've somehow kept that relaxed coastal vibe that makes this place so special. Let's talk about careers here for a second, because the job market in San Diego is going through some changes that could make a real difference for your wallet. But before we jump into the job market, quick heads up, if you're into this kind of stuff, I break down San Diego neighborhoods, market trends, and what it's really like to live here all the time. So if you want to stay in the loop, hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it'll save you from endlessly Googling, is San Diego worth it at 2 a.m.? All right, here's the deal. San Diego's job market right now is pretty dynamic. Some industries are booming, others have cooled a bit, but overall, it's an exciting place to work. Tech is leading the charge. We've got over 2,000 tech companies creating about $56 billion a year and employing more than 76,000 people. By 2030, tech jobs are projected to grow another 16.5%, with AI and machine learning up 40% and cloud roles up 50%. That's a lot of laptops and lattes. Qualcomm alone pays software developers around $135,000 on average, not even counting stock and perks. And it's not just Qualcomm anymore. Companies like Apple and Google have set up shop in San Diego, building out offices and bringing in thousands of high-paying jobs. Cybersecurity is also exploding, which makes sense with such a strong military presence here. Now, biotech's still a big deal, but let's be honest, the boom has cooled off a little bit in recent years. Some companies have downsized, lab space has piled up, and venture capital isn't pouring in quite like it used to. But still, compared to 5 years ago, the industry is bigger, and we're talking billions in research space and venture capital investment. So while it's not quite the rocket ship it used to be, it's still one of San Diego's biggest heavy hitters. The military continues to be a huge driver here as well, with over 115,000 active duty service members, fueling a $52 billion economic impact and supporting 356,000 defense-related jobs. That was a mouthful. Naval-based San Diego is the second largest surface ship base in the entire world, and that's not going anywhere. Healthcare has also been on the rise too, especially since the pandemic, with UC San Diego Health and others adding tons of opportunities. And here's a fun stat I just read about. San Diego was recently ranked 33rd out of 98 cities ranked as one of the best places for recent college grads. So if you're just getting started in your career, this isn't a bad launchpad. But keep in mind, entry-level salaries here may not be enough for you to live on your own. You'll likely need a roommate or maybe two. Now, don't get me wrong, competition is pretty tough here. To land those high-paying jobs, you'll need real skills or strong experience. But if you've got what it takes, San Diego can seriously change your career path. And now that brings us to the elephant in the room we need to talk about next. All right, let's be real. Housing in San Diego is expensive. Like, kids, don't touch that. We can't afford to replace it expensive. The median home price right now is hovering right around $1 million, depending on who's counting. That means you need to make around $242,000 a year just to afford the median home here. Yeah, not exactly pocket change, I know. But now it's shaping up to be a little bit different. For the first time in years, we're seeing the market cool down just a little bit. About 51% of homes are actually selling below asking price. Homes are sitting on the market a little bit longer too, about 27 to 32 days, give or take, instead of disappearing in a weekend. Prices are down roughly 6% from last year, and inventory is up 33%, giving us about 3.2 months supply of inventory. To put that in perspective, that's still technically a seller's market, but it's inching closer to balance. So translation, homes aren't flying off the shelves like Costco rotisserie chickens. Buyers have some options, and sellers are starting to sweat a little on pricing. But let's not get too carried away. This is a market that's cooling from extremely hot to just very hot. San Diego home prices are still pricey. I'll run through more pros and cons of living here in a bit, but bottom line, you'll want a solid financial plan before you make the jump. That means saving for a hefty down payment, factoring in more than just your mortgage, like property taxes, insurance, and surprise repairs, and being honest about whether your income can handle San Diego's cost of living. Talking to a lender is huge. With median prices where they are and interest rates hanging right around 6%, you want to know your purchasing power before you fall in love with the neighborhood. Unless, of course, you've got a long-lost rich uncle ready to foot the bill, in which case, congrats. Here's the thing though, even with the price tag, people keep moving here. And the reason is pretty simple. The lifestyle, sunshine, beaches, trails, tacos, that's the stuff you really can't put a price tag on. Although you probably put a price tag on a taco. The vibe here is pretty unbeatable. We get over 260 sunny days every single year, with temps ranging between 50 degrees and 77 degrees pretty much all year round. It's a Mediterranean climate with warm, dry summers and mild winters. We have low humidity, gentle ocean breezes, and honestly, we're usually ranked #1 for the best weather in the entire country. The outdoor lifestyle here is pretty incredible too. We've got over 70 miles of coastline and more than 31 beaches with amazing surf year-round and tons of hiking trails across different ecosystems. Plus, we have Mission Bay Park, which is the biggest man-made aquatic park in the US, and we have easy access to both the mountains and deserts for quick getaways. So there's something for everyone when it comes to outdoor fun. We got surfing, kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding, hiking at spots like Torrey Pines State Park, biking along the coastal boardwalks, and golfing at world-famous courses. And if all this sounds great to you, in a bit I'll also explain who San Diego is for and who it isn't for, so you can decide for yourself. And this outdoor lifestyle isn't just about having fun, it's about quality of life too. Staying healthy and keeping your mind clear. When you can be outside all year long, it totally changes the way you live. Okay, so now let me break down the biggest advantages of calling this place home. Yeah, the coastal lifestyle is a huge draw. From La Jolla Cove to Mission Beach, you've got some amazing beaches with their own vibes. Some are perfect for families, some are all about surfing, and others are just right for kicking back and watching the sunset. The job opportunities in specialized industries are awesome. If you're into tech, biotech, defense, or healthcare, the career growth here is pretty huge. And these are real careers that can set you up for long-term success. Our schools are top rated too. UC San Diego is ranked 20th in the world by the academic ranking of world universities. San Diego State is in the top 3% globally out of 21,000 schools. UC San Diego graduates more STEM students than Berkeley and Stanford combined, which says a lot about the talent coming out of San Diego. And we can't forget about the public schools here. We have some of the best schools in the entire state, from Torrey Pines, Westview High School, and Canyon Crest Academy. If you're looking for top-notch education, you don't have to go too far here in San Diego. The attractions here are also incredible. We got Balboa Park, which is a 1,200-acre cultural center with over 17 museums. The San Diego Zoo is world famous with over 3,700 animals and big conservation programs. SeaWorld gives you amazing marine life experiences with tons of learning opportunities. And the cultural scene is packed with theaters, art galleries, and music venues that can hold their own with any big city. And if you haven't been to the Rady Shell on the Bayfront, you are seriously missing out. It's one of my favorite venues here in San Diego. But what's special about San Diego is how all these things come together. You don't have to pick between career opportunities and lifestyle, you get both. And let's be honest, the pros are easy to gush about. I could name 100 more reasons San Diego is amazing. But to be fair, there are some real challenges here too, and it's important to know what you're stepping into. All right, let's flip that coin for a second. San Diego isn't all about sunshine and fish tacos. Well, mostly it is, but there are definitely some challenges you should know about. First up, cost of living. San Diego is about 45% higher than the national average. Housing alone is a staggering 112% above average, and even your basics, groceries, gas, utilities will hit your wallet harder. Traffic is obviously another big one. Compared to LA, it's actually not as bad, but let's be real, nobody's writing a love song about the 5 freeway at rush hour. Well, maybe Blink-182 did. Freeways like the 5, the 15, and the 805 can turn into parking lots. That 20-minute drive you planned, yeah, it's often closer to an hour. The average commute is 26 minutes on paper, but in practice, it depends heavily on where you live. Public transit does exist, but it's nowhere near what you'd find in New York or even San Francisco. Most people rely on cars, which means more gas, more expenses, and more quality time in traffic. The job market is another challenge. San Diego has amazing industries, but landing those high-paying jobs usually takes specialized skills and experience. Otherwise, you're competing with a ton of people for entry-level positions. Then we have some regional quirks, expensive water, wildfire risks, and a city that seems to forget how to drive the second it rains. And entertainment options aren't exactly cheap either. Between tickets, food, and parking, a simple night out can feel like a major investment. And finally, development moves at what I'd like to call San Diego time. Housing construction lags behind demand, zoning rules limit density, and environmental regulations slow things down even more. Progress happens, don't get me wrong, it's just rarely fast. So yeah, life here comes with some headaches, but for most people, the sunshine, ocean breezes, and laid-back lifestyle makes those trade-offs worth it. So who actually thrives here in San Diego? If you're in tech, especially AI, cloud computing, or cybersecurity, this place is basically a playground. The paychecks can definitely help offset the high cost of living. Military personnel and defense contractors, you're in the right spot. Between the bases, the jobs, and the support systems for families, San Diego is tailor-made for you. Biotech and healthcare workers with specialized skills can also crush it here. The cluster of research institutions and companies makes for endless networking and growth. Families who want that outdoor lifestyle and strong schools, San Diego's got you covered. Neighborhoods like Carmel Valley, Sabre Springs, and Rancho Penasquitas give you that suburban community vibe with parks, trails, and highly rated schools. Remote workers with high incomes, you've hit the jackpot here. You get the San Diego lifestyle while still cashing paychecks from the other markets. And retirees with solid savings, San Diego is basically your forever vacation. You got sunshine, ocean breezes, and weather that doesn't require shoveling snow or scraping ice off your windshield. In fact, when we need a quick vacation, we tend to check out one of the many resort-style hotels we have right here in San Diego, like the brand new Gaylord Pacific Hotel in Chula Vista or the world-famous Hotel Del Coronado. But let's be honest, San Diego isn't for everyone. So if you're on a tight budget making under $85,000 a year, the cost of living could feel like quicksand here. If you're hoping for fast career growth without specialized skills, competition here can eat you alive. And if you want urban density and great public transit, San Diego might drive you nuts, literally, because you'll need a car for almost everything. And if you're a first-time home buyer without a hefty down payment, yeah, that'll be a tough hill to climb. Unless you stumble across buried treasure at the beach, which sadly is not a solid financial plan. Trust me, I've tried. All right, let's dig into some realistic numbers to help you plan your possible move. If you're single, plan on $85,000 to about $100,000 a year to live semi-comfortably. Families should target about $150,000 plus. And if you're buying, around $240,000 a year makes a median price home realistic. Do your homework on neighborhoods, seriously. Amenities, parks, schools, and commute patterns can make or break your daily rhythm. Future development matters too. It can boost value or add congestion. Budget beyond the sticker price. Aim for 20% down if you can. Don't forget property taxes, HOA fees, insurance, and maintenance. And if you don't have to be oceanfront, consider areas like East County or North County Inland for more affordable options. Make sure you talk to a lender early. With median prices over $900,000 and today's rates, you really need to know your true purchasing power before you fall in love with that house. Make sure you check out first-time buyer programs and assistance options. Know your full monthly and not just principal and interest, but the whole enchilada. And make sure you network before you move. Connect with recruiters, join job groups, tap UC San Diego or San Diego State alumni circles, and hit local meetups. Relationships open doors faster than resumes do sometimes. So here's how I see it. San Diego can seriously change your life if it matches your goals and your budget. The blend of career opportunity, coastal beauty, year-round sunshine, and a ridiculous amount of things to do, kinda rare. The key here is preparation. Know the real costs. Research neighborhoods with intention, land a role in a growing field, and get solid guidance for the mortgage maze so you don't accidentally DIY your way into a higher payment. If you're planning a 2026 move, start now. This market has opportunity and friction. Being strategic is everything. And if you want a local sounding board, shoot me an email at bern@off56.com. I'm happy to help you game plan next steps. No pressure, no awkward sales pitch, just straight answers and maybe one dad joke per consult. But before you leave, check out this next video I queued up right here. It's the #1 mistake people make when moving to San Diego and how you can avoid it. Your future self and your wallet will thank you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.